Hello everyone, Storm11 here. Today we'll be taking a look at the March forecast and the tornado season forecast, and it's updated at this time. So now we're going to get started with the CFS model here with its precipitation. Now this is what's projecting for March. And for the southeast, pretty daggone above average precipitation. It's bad news for a lot of people because you've seen they got a lot of rain back here in February, and that's pretty bad. Now in the west, looks to be more rain from the CFS for March. Now I do agree with this. The only area I don't agree with is just this dry slot here. There. Same thing up in Northeast. I don't think that dry slot's going to be there. If I was off, I would agree with this. And also the Northwest. Probably see slightly below average, not like way below. That's just for the CFS here. So here we go to April. You can see it gets above average out in the west there. You can tell here, maybe some severe weather may try to fire up with that above average range there. You can see there's dry weather, what it looks to be for parts of the southeast there. And there's May, and that's what it seems like here. By the looks of it, looks like we'll have low pressure going on around, like right in here, and have like an eastward track here. You can tell. See, there's a little bit of areas slight above average, so there's just average there. It's what kind of really wants to look at here. I kind of do disagree with this dry slot here again, but I do agree kind of with the rest of it. For the most part there. You see here, it's pretty random up there too for May. So there's your severe weather season there and March too. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Jamstack here. Now this was updated a couple days ago. So now what we're looking at, looks like we'll be taking a look at a weak El Nino for the severe weather season and March as well. Let's take a look at the precipitation anomaly. Kind of similar to the CFS model here. You can tell it shows you above average precipitation for the west and for the southeast. And there's a dry area for a good chunk of the central and northern United States there. I don't know what to say about it, but what I'm seeing here, probably what it's doing here is probably a southerly track there for low pressure. You can tell here there's above average or average down in here, while it's just below average up to the north. That's what it's kind of telling me there. Let's take a look at the surface air anomalies here. Now, this is kind of confusing here because you got warm weather for a good chunk of the United States there, because you're kind of going to get nothing there. There's there's two cold air areas, which are southeast and parts of the south central United States there. Now, severe weather side of this here, it's kind of difficult. You can tell here where the cold air and the warm air kind of sits at, which is around in this area here in particular. And what this is kind of telling me here is we could have a low pressure develop right in here and go, seems to be eastward with your cold front going on like this in your warm front just way up here. Probably why it's showing below average temperatures there, just because of the rain. Because it did show quite a bit of rain there, that's probably why it's showing that. Let's go back to the CFS here. Let's see what its temperatures wants to show here. So here we go in March. I do agree with this here. We are having a trough for the western and central United States. I really do agree with that there. There's no doubt about that. But it really does change quite a bit. It seems like the trough reaches pretty quickly. That's what most models are suggesting here, is that cold air would retreat. And it seems like what's to show warmer, mostly warm or average for a good chunk of the United States here, except for the southwest there, which would show either average or slightly below average temperatures there. Now keep in mind the CFS does have a warm bias, so what it kind of tells me here is that's average. This here is just above average, basically. Here we go. Here's the same thing here, except for that cold slot down here. It's not there anymore. You can tell right in here where you got cold air and warm air set in close to each other. What this also telling me here is you got low pressure way up here. Here, it looks like it'll track eastward there. You got your cold front in here. Seems like it's going to be a little bit of a weak one. It seems like I don't want to last long. Your warm front, it's just like up that way. They're bringing your warm air and moisture going along with that. Wasn't that impressive than it was last time. That's all I could really say there. And that is prepares the severe weather season. There's June there. You can see warmer temperatures still continues on in the east, and it seems like a trough will try to develop out in the west. Now let's go ahead and start with my severe weather forecast here. You can see here there's above average for parts of Kansas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, and Oklahoma, while you got slightly above average for parts of South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Arkansas, Missouri, and Iowa. And where you see in that blue there, that's slightly below average for parts of the Northeast there. Now, where do you see equal chances there? You could either get slightly above average, or you could get slightly below average, which goes there for the good chunk of the West there. Now, where you see in the black, right in here with a question mark, that's some uncertainties here. What that means is that we're not 100% sure what's going to be going on for that area, because this is what I'm seeing here. We all know there's probably going to be an active season out in the plains there, especially for this area where most do agree on where the warm and the cold air will be sticking around at. And just pretend there's going to be maybe a severe weather outbreak or a tornado outbreak out on the plains. As it pushes east, can that energy or anything like that can hold on going out to the east? Because sometimes, it could be a 2-day event or a 3-day event into the east, or it'll just be like all the energy's gone and everything like that. That's what the uncertainty is here for that question mark area. So it's either going to be average or it's going to be a slightly above average area. It's going to be either one for those areas, like for Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, and parts of Alabama as well. That's that question mark area in particular. You can tell here I pushed this to a little bit to the east as well. Also got some of these 60 out states in the slightly above average, where it probably does have a better chance of keeping up because there's going to be more moisture around there as well. But you can't have too much moisture though, because if you get way too much moisture, you just get a lot of rain and it just kills the energy. It's basically what it does there. Okay, now let's go ahead and move to the March forecast here. So here you go with temperatures here. You can see here, we probably have a little bit of a ridge out in the southeast there, while you got a big trough out in the west there. But eventually, some of that cold air will retreat, probably at the second half of March. So if I make a second half forecast, probably expect that to either be smaller or just be downgraded there. And while warm air will try to get into the eastern United States, you can see there's a southeastern ridge there as well. Now let's go ahead and go into the precipitation. There is some uncertainties here as well with the placements and stuff. I think there's going to be some southern track storms going on there. There's probably not going to be that many northern track storms. That's where you see the slightly below average for part in the northern parts of the United States. You even got an area of above average for the southeast, which models do agree on that, so may as well put that down. And same for California, where systems are going to be coming out for the coast. It'll probably die down a little bit as it reaches to the plains, but it will gain back strength and also get some moisture out of the Gulf there. That's where you get some of this moisture at. And you also maybe get some Pacific moisture coming off from Mexico as well, which I could add a little bit more moisture to around the Mississippi River valleys there. So this is all good for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoy on this March/severe weather forecast. If you like this, be sure to hit the like button. And if you really like my channel here, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also hit the bell notifications so you never miss an upload. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.